I figured that the best way to start this video would be to give you some sample footage using the Tonor TRL-20 ring light. There you go. I mean, this is it. I've flipped my phone around, so I'm using the decent camera on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I've got the light set to its minimum brightness settings out of the 10 possible brightness settings, and I've got it set to the medium color temperature, so roughly about 5,000 Kelvin. I've got all of the other lights off in the room, with the exception of just some background kind of ambient lighting, so it's pretty dark in here, and really the only light that I'm getting on my face is from this light. So I'll bump it up through the brightness settings, but I have left my phone on auto. I haven't fixed the exposure. Some of you may choose to do that when you do whatever filming you do with it, but I'm thinking most people are probably just going to set everything to automatic and just go with whatever white balance the phone chooses and whatever exposure the phone chooses. So that's what I will do, and as I increase the brightness, you'll see the phone adjust to compensate for that, and the image quality will probably change as a result. So let's give it a try. This is level 1. This is level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7, level 8, level 9, and that's full brightness. That's pretty bright actually. I'm sat about 40 centimeters away from the camera and about 45-50 centimeters away from the light itself. I'll now just change the color temperature as well. So that's on the warmest color temperature, and again you'll immediately see the phone adjust to that to kind of try and match my skin tone, which will mean the background might change slightly. And then I'll go to the medium. Oh no, sorry, that's the coolest temperature now. So this is up around kind of 6,500 Kelvin. And the one I think looks the most natural for most video purposes is this one, which is around about 5,000 Kelvin. So there you go, a quick look at how the light performs. Now let's get on with the review. Today I'm reviewing the Tonor TRL-20 12-inch ring light. This kit is a budget lighting and camera mount setup for those looking to film with their mobile phone. Firstly, I'll describe the product and specifications, and then I'll give you my opinions on whether this is worth £50 of your hard-earned cash. Everything comes packaged in a large brown box. Included is a 4-segment tripod in a waterproof drawstring bag. The tripod has a permanently fitted pan-tilt video head to allow vertical and horizontal movement. Also included is a tripod mounting plate, the 160 LED 12-inch ring light, an iOS and Android Bluetooth camera remote control, and a phone clamp with a gooseneck to mount your device in the center of the ring light. The mount fixes firmly to your phone and is spring-loaded to fit any phone width. I'm testing it with an iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is on the larger side of current smartphones. You can rotate your phone into the portrait or landscape mode using the ball and socket joint to the rear of the phone mount. Power is through a 5-volt USB-A connector, meaning you can use any active USB port on a computer or a USB power supply or a power bank. The manual states that these need to be 2 amp ports, but I found that 1 amp ports work just fine. The ring light includes a 2-meter power lead with an in-cable control roughly halfway down the wire. This control has 3 functions across 4 buttons. Firstly, to turn the light on and off. Secondly, to adjust the brightness across the 10 different brightness levels. And thirdly, to switch the color temperature between the 3 preset colors. All mounting is through consumer 1/4-20 UNC standard tripod screws. So that's what you get with the TRL-20 package. But is it any good? Well, let's take an honest look. The Tonor TRL-20 is a budget product. It's cheap and it feels cheap. Everything is bare-bone plastic, unless Tonor absolutely couldn't get away with it. For example, the tripod legs are metal coated to give them structural strength. They would probably flex to breaking point if they weren't. Of course, all 1/4-20 screws are metal. However, even some of those are the nasty variety with a hole drilled into the center. Presumably, manufacturers do this to save just a tiny bit more metal in the production process. The bag provided for the tripod is a waste of time. It feels like a newspaper and probably isn't much more substantial. The rather flimsy power cable enters the light through a hole in the plastic. There's no retention or protection. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a knot on the other side to stop it from pulling out. The included Bluetooth remote looks like an off-the-shelf piece of junk, and the power switch on the side just rattles around in the housing, and the unit weighs about 2 grams more than the battery. Nothing here is going to last. If you're going to need to move your lighting configuration around from place to place, I can't see this lasting for more than a few months without something snapping, bending, or breaking. Of course, I have absolutely no evidence of that, but this is my review. It's my opinion, and therefore my judgment on what will probably happen. If you're looking to do professional photography or videography with this setup, forget it. The LEDs have a manual stated CRI of 80 to 90, which is terrible. Not only does that figure suggest that it's pretty much pot luck what you're going to get, but it's also a really low rating. If accurate colour rendition is your thing, you're just going to have to pay more for LEDs with a CRI upwards of 95 to ensure that you're not missing a big chunk of the spectrum. But you know what? This ring light isn't going to be used by professional cinematographers. It's aimed at beginners. Those launching a career on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or just whatever platform becomes necessary to insert here in the future. It's also an incredible addition for anyone who spends any time on video calls for work or pleasure. Adding extra lighting can hugely improve the quality of a laptop-based webcam. You'll come across more clearly to others and just look more professional in the process. Not everyone wants to or can spend hundreds of pounds on a single light. This kit is great because of that. There's no need to spend that kind of money until you know where you want to specialise or where you want to focus your spend. The TRL-20 includes everything you need to get streaming or recording from your phone in literally minutes. Lighting and audio are everything when it comes to video, and this checks off one of those boxes very nicely. If you're going to be producing your content from one spot in a studio or an office or probably just a bedroom, this is perfect. Set it up and leave it, and the cheap plastics will happily serve their purpose. The USB power makes this amazingly flexible. I tested this with an Anker 26,800 milliamp hour power bank. Having a decent capacity meant that I could comfortably plug in both my phone and the light and run for hours without any other power and still have a port free for another device. The CRI and output quality of the light may be subpar, but that's what you get at this price point, and that's okay. I can take photos and could compare the skin tone rendition of a professional light versus the Tonor light, but there's no value in doing that. I shot hours of footage of my son playing Lego Worlds using this light together with an iPhone, and the colours looked absolutely fine.
Hey, what? This place is empty. It's like just an interior thing. Come on, dude. You just get a look. It's there. It's actually there. So that's good. Wait, I want that guitar because I've seen someone have a guitar before.
Don't worry about perfection. What's more important is producing content, and this kit will help you do that. The diffuser does a fine job of spreading the light evenly across your face and reducing shadows even at a fairly close distance. The individual LEDs making up the ring are not visible through the opaque plastic, and the lighting is fairly consistent around the entire 360 degrees. Fortunately, to be honest, aside from the CRI rating, the light is the most impressive part of this kit. The 10 brightness levels provide everything you need to give you enough or little enough lighting for most uses. The light has a warm, medium and cool color temperature setting. As per the CRI, the actual Kelvin temperatures are estimates really in the manual. There's no precision here, but you can be sure to tell the difference. And the three settings really do allow you to match most environments. Firstly, there's kind of warm at around 3200 Kelvin, a bit like a living room or an old incandescent bulb or something like that. Then there's medium at about 4500 to 5000 Kelvin. And then there's something a little bit cooler up at 6000, maybe a bit more like a cloudy, overcast day. The central mounting of the light means you will have a circular catch light in your eye. Many of you will no doubt want this. I personally find it unnatural and false. It would never happen in any natural lighting scenario, but it's a creative choice. When I filmed my son gaming, we set the light to one side for a slightly more natural look. There are no firm rules here, just do whatever works for you. The composition of your shot is a breeze, with the video head, the gooseneck and the ball joint mount together, giving you massive control over the light and the camera position. The tripod is in 4 segments, meaning it's small enough when collapsed to sit on a desk, like this, or it's tall enough to be used on the ground when required. I wouldn't use it outside. In fact, I wouldn't use any of this kit outside at all. It'd be nice to see a spare mounting plate in with the kit, maybe 2, because it's an incredibly fragile part, but it is also absolutely essential. Without it, the light would quickly become quite useless. As mentioned, the Bluetooth remote is basic and cheap, but it works. It pairs without any problems to your phone, and it makes starting your recording much more simple. That said, as this is such a handy part of the kit and is likely to be something that you're going to kind of chuck about a bit, it'd be nice to see a little more money put into this. Just an extra £1 would probably get you something that can handle a little bit more abuse. So, in conclusion, I know some of this review is harsh. I'm afraid that's the reality of these type of products. Every expense is spared. However, if you need lighting for Instagram shots or streaming, or you want to massively improve the quality of your webcam, as I mentioned, on a work PC, something like this will work for you. There's a place for value stuff like this. They help people learn, and they make fabulous presents for parents who maybe have younger kids wanting to stream gaming with their mates or something similar to that. It's not a 5-star product, but at this price, I'd still give it 4. The fact that you're watching this video means that you're thinking about how to light your shot, and that can only be a good thing. The Tonor TRL-20 will definitely set you off in the right direction. I hope you think this review is fair. I hope you found it useful. Check out the links for the product in the video description if you'd like to support the channel. Use those links to buy this product or any other product on Amazon. Thanks very much for watching, and please do comment if you've got any thoughts or suggestions on how we can do things better or anything else you'd like us to take a look at. Thanks again. See you soon.